30-50-20. That is my rule, and I'm going to be sharing with you today what my 30-50-20 rule is. Hi guys, my name's DC, and today we're going to be talking about the 50-20-30 rule. What is it for, I guess is the question, because you clicked on the video and what the hell are these numbers, right? So the 50-20-30 rule is what I use for buying stuff, or at least what I tell people when they're starting out, especially those who are starting out in filmmaking. This also applies to photography people, but it's more for like production and filmmaking newbies or starters or stuff like that. It's the 50-20-30 rule. So 50% goes to your camera, your lenses, anything that goes on your camera, right? And then the 20 goes to your audio. And the 30 we'll talk about later because that's gonna be very important. It's literally 30% of your budget. So yeah. So first, let's talk about the camera. Like, why 50%? You spend half. Okay, you spend half of your budget on your camera and your lenses. Usually, I go for 20% on your camera and then 30% on your lenses because a good camera is just as useless as bad lenses. Spend 20% on your camera and then spend the other 30% of what your budget is on lenses. You buy a set. Usually, what I advise to people is you get a bunch of primes. You don't get zooms because typically budget zooms are terrible, but now there are exceptions to that, especially with Sigma and Tamron. If you're in the Canon, there's that 18-30 that's really, really good. And there's the Tamron 17-70 f2.8, which is amazing. What I would advise people, especially those starting out, get at least a set of 3 lenses when you're starting out. That's usually it's a 24, a 50, and something with a longer lens. But you can also go the shorter route, which is the 16, 24, and then 50. Or you can change the 24 to like 35 or 30 because you want that medium sometimes. So you buy a camera, let's say it's 30,000 pesos or less, and then you spend the other amount to your lenses, right? Your set of lenses. For audio, you spend 20% of your budget on audio. Audio is arguably more important than your camera. You can film on a very, very old, very shitty camera, even your cell phone. But if your audio is trash, nobody will ever watch your film because they can't understand what's happening. So audio is very important. You spend 20% of your budget on that. You can get a really good recorder for 5,000 and get a lapel or something so that you can get really good, decent audio. Because decent audio is better than no good audio, right? The last 30% is very, very important, all right? If you're starting out, please don't forget to spend money on lights. Light is very important. The art of filmmaking and photography is the capturing of light. If you read any book on photography or on cinematography or on the art of those things, it is the art of capturing light. And if you do not have good lights, your image will probably turn out to be meh. So 30% on lights. You spend that on a good key light like this one. You spend it on practicals like the ones behind me. These are really cheap. You can check out my video on how I made this like light bar behind me, right? You spend 30%. You spend as much as your camera on lights because let's say you don't even start with the camera, you just start with the lights. It's arguably more important because you can film on your phone. Phones right now are actually really, really good to start with. That is not a joke. That is not a trope. There's a reason why people tell you to start filming with your phone because you learn a lot of the basics with it. And with good basics, you'll figure out that, okay, yeah, I need lights. I need lights and audio. There are a lot of arguments where people have become famous by just filming on phones. It's just the way of the world and how people consume content. Sometimes me, personally, I don't even watch anymore, I just listen. So audio is arguably more important than any of the other things. Spend your money wisely, spend it on audio, spend it on your lights, and then spend it on your camera and the lenses.
I forgot to record an outro for this, so I'm recording this in my room with my stream mic. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment down below how I could have made this better. Tell me that I should have freaking shot an outro. And if you want to watch the previous video, watch this one. And if you want to subscribe, click on this one. Yun lang. Okay. Bye. Yeah.